Hello and welcome to Boost Your Personal Development. This channel is all about empowering you on your personal growth journey. And in this video, I want to share with you 7 personal core values that are going to transform your life. And by that I mean the fundamental beliefs that you already hold, that you already believe in. You can use that to create success, momentum, fulfillment, and empowerment in your life. This is an extremely important video because it's basically tapping into your success gene, what you already stand for, to change your life. So grab your favorite beverage and don't go away because this video is super important. See you in a moment. Hello, welcome back. My name is Elaine Daly. Thanks for rejoining me. Before I get into this video fully, let me explain what your personal core values are. They are your fundamental beliefs and they strike at the heart of who you are as a person because they guide your behavior and the decisions that you make. So they will influence what job you decide to do, who your partner is, how you spend your money, and even where you decide to go on holiday. They make you unique, they make you special because no two people have the same DNA. And they really affect, therefore, how your life plays out. So if you look at the city that you live in at the moment, what made you choose to live in that city? What makes you think the way you do? What makes you feel the way you do? It all relates to your core values. But the sad truth is, very few people understand and are aware of what their personal core values are. It's important, however, to appreciate what they are because they influence how you feel about your life. If you're not tapped into your values, then you could feel frustrated, feel as if you're not living an authentic life. And what's important to remember is that your values will change over time. So you may not have the same values that you have 10 years ago. When you're a student, it might be important to you to do a good job and to make sure that you go to the highest level of your profession. But when you get married, your family values are more important. And also, they're affected by your lived experience as well as the people that you come into contact with. So if you are influenced by different people at different times in your life, then they will influence and affect your values. So what's the first personal core value that's going to transform your life that you probably already have but don't tap into enough? Wait for it. It's courage. Let me give you the definition of courage. It's having the mental or moral strength to resist opposition, danger or hardship. It's having the mental resolution and spirit and tenacity to go for what you want. And the firmness of mind and will in the face of danger or extreme difficulty. It puts you in the driving seat. So whatever you want to achieve in life, it gives you the ability to try new adventures and to step outside your comfort zone. And this plays a really important part as to how your life plays out because it opens you up to new adventures, opportunities, and it's a chance to do new things that you wouldn't normally do. And Robert Dustin Stave gave a presentation on TED Talk and he summed up the whole concept of courage really, really well. When he says that he has seen change 1,000 lives is small, discreet, daily acts of courage which serve to develop what he calls the cardiovascular system of your soul. Courage gives you purpose, it gives you passion, and it gives you the power to be your best self. So, are you ready to become your best self? Imagine, for example, if you were able to see the entire purpose of your life. And you could do this by tapping into the cardiovascular system of your soul. As a Christian, I believe that God gives us this courage, which we often take for granted. In fact, courage allows us to be responsible for our own actions and to be responsible for our own happiness. The actor and singer Will Smith said that it's easy to blame other people, but real courage, it drives you to do whatever it takes to win. By tapping into courage, you can have a whole new perspective of life. Just imagine if you had the courage to do anything that you put your mind to. And I'm going to ask you a question. What would you do? Where would you go and what difference would it make to the world? Courage gives you the opportunity to change your attitude. It makes you more resilient. It gives you an opportunity to shine. I remember listening to a talk on Morgan Freeman, and he said, so many times people say, I wish I'd done that. I wish I'd done this. But he said, the bus runs every day. What's stopping you from getting on that bus is you. And the most successful people in the world, they use courage to go for what they want. It doesn't mean that they're fearless, but it means that they take action. Will Smith said there's a distinction between fear and danger. Fear is a prediction of what may or may not happen to you in the future, but danger is real and present, and there's a very big distinction between the two. You need the courage to take action, obviously, and then when you take action, that can dispel your fear. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but if you don't have courage, then you're not even going to get off the starting block. The second core value that will change your life is being resourceful. The American motivational speaker Tony Robbins said that we can come up with excuses for everything. You could say that I never had the right contacts, I never had the right technology, I didn't have the time, I didn't have the money. We never had the right resources, and therefore I failed. But, he said, it's a lack of resourcefulness. That's the reason why you failed, because the ultimate resource is the emotional state. He goes on to list a number of personal core values that empowers you, and resourcefulness is one of them. Creativity, being decisive, passionate, honest, being sincere. These are ultimate resources, and when you tap into these resources, then you can achieve anything. If you tap into your personal core values, your fundamental beliefs that you have inside of you, and you live and breathe it, then you can harness your resourcefulness. Are you ready for the third personal core value that is going to transform your life? Well, it's excellence. And that's the art of being excellent. And I know it sounds strange because, look, I want to be excellent at everything. But excellence really is about learning and excelling through the evolution of your life. It's very easy to be excellent when you tap into your core values, the fundamental things that you believe in. And Tony Robbins talks about being creative, decisive, passionate, honest, and having sincerity. And these are all values which you may have that you don't know, that you can actually tap into to transform your life, because it forms a DNA. It makes you who you are, an individual and unique. And Carl Newport, a Georgetown University professor, explains how you can excel. And he does this by stating that instead of looking at what you're passionate about, think about things that you can master. To Newport, doing this will help you develop your skills and build a mission born out of the skills that you have mastered. He believes that training and developing your skills is a never-ending journey of discovery. Any disconnection between your job that you're doing and your inability to actually excel is because you're not learning fast enough and you're not growing. So when you learn and you grow, and there's a connection between the two, that's when you become excellent and you start building on what you're actually about as a person and excel in your life. You'll see an upward trajectory. Now, I can actually relate to this because when I was younger, it was a toss-up between whether I would become a fashion designer or a solicitor. But I had a real dilemma as to what I wanted to really do, and I decided to become a lawyer. Now, was I passionate about it at the time? No, I wasn't passionate, but I had an interest in it, and that interest actually grew because I learned new skills. I learned to do new things, and I worked as an immigration solicitor. I was able to help a lot of people who were fleeing from persecution, and I saved a lot of people's lives. I was able to help them to get asylum and stay in the United Kingdom. So it became something that I became good at, I was able to master, and I actually became passionate about it, and it became a mission in my life. And this is what Newport says, that when you can excel at something, you do something every day, and you grow, and it becomes a passion, and it becomes something that becomes a mission in your life. The fourth core value that will super transform your life is commitment. Being committed means you're prepared to stick at whatever you put your mind to, no matter how difficult and despite all the odds. Now, many core values are interchangeable. If we go back to what Morgan Freeman said about courage and Tony Robbins says about being resourceful, it's easy to make excuses for not making real transformation in your life. But if you look at commitment, it ties in with the whole principles of what we talked about before, is doing whatever it takes to achieve. Commitment and motivation goes hand in hand. Motivation is a Latin word for mover, and mover means to move. So to move is to take action, and that's what you need to do in order to be committed. That's what you need to have courage. That's what you need to be resourceful. What comes to mind is Nike's slogan, just do it, just take action. And when you take action, you will actually get motivated. You'll build in that momentum to actually do what you want to achieve. Get ready for the 5th personal core value that is going to super transform your life. Ready for it? It's pure love. Now, the definition of love is a profound feeling of affection for someone or something. And love often involves very complex emotion because it takes many forms. Let's face it, there's so many things that you can love, and to varying degrees. You could love God, you could love your partner, you could love your cat, you could love your dog. But the true definition of love is, I think, summed up by Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5 to 4. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love in its purest form promotes healthy, fulfilling relationships that aren't based on selfish whims or fleeting emotions or lust. It's based on a profound willingness to sacrifice your own happiness for someone else's. So let me ask you a question. Do you love someone so much that you put them before yourself? If the answer is yes, then I would say that is true love. Now I want to ask you another question. Do you love yourself? Now, it's not in a narcissistic way, but it's about taking care of your physical and mental well-being. I hope the answer to that question is yes. But can love transform you? I think Nikki Rowe definitely believes that it can. And she says, my body has been touched 1,000 or more times, but I am craving something much more deeper than that. I desire to be felt right down to my core of my soul and the corners of my heart. That's what love is about, isn't it? Opening up yourself to the possibility that it could change your life. So love is about learning to love yourself. And as a Christian, I believe that this is what God has tasked us to do, to love ourselves as we would love each other. Are you ready for the 6th personal core value that will change your life? Well, here it is. It's being open-minded. If you're open-minded, you're willing to see things from another person's perspective, and more importantly, you're alive to new ideas and opportunities, different ways of doing things. And the wonderful thing about being open-minded is that it gives you permission to challenge the consensus. Being open-minded makes you look at life from an entirely different lens. It's like you're wearing a new pair of glasses and you can see things from different perspectives. However, there is a fine line between being open-minded and compromising your personal core values. And T. Bennett says your values create your internal compass that can navigate how you make decisions in your life. If you compromise your core values, you go nowhere. So it's about reaching that right balance, that sweet spot between being open-minded and staying true to your beliefs. And I've dedicated an entire website, Boost Your Personal Development, helping you tap into your fundamental values, values which you probably don't even know that you have, so that you can live an authentic and fulfilled life. And I've put a link below. Please check it out and let me know what you think. And let me know if you have any other topics that you want me to cover as well. The 7th personal core value that is going to super transform your life is optimism. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you're optimistic? Well, if you're hopeful and confident about the future, then you are someone who is optimistic. Or are you someone that says, it's never going to happen to me in a million years, I'm not going to be able to achieve this, I'm not going to be able to achieve that? Then obviously that's veering on the side of being more pessimistic. But stay tuned, because we're not always born optimistic, but we can do something about it. Helen Keller is right when she says optimism is faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. So being optimistic means that you can change your life, because it allows you to view the world in a different lens. It's like being open-minded. Not only that, it can empower you to become mentally strong so that you have the tools in your arsenal to get through the tough times. And an article written by University of Michigan reveals that you're not necessarily born optimistic, but you can become optimistic. And there's 3 ways that you can do this. Generate realistic expectations. That's the first thing. Number 2, whatever it takes to do the best that you can. And number 3, focus on what you're good at and look at the positives. As a Christian, I always look to the Bible for edification. So what does the Bible say about hope? Well, in Philippians chapter 4, verse 13, it says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. So no matter what life throws at you, always remember to be optimistic, because you can overcome things and you can shine by doing the 3 principles that Michigan University set out. So the 7 personal core values that are going to transform your life is courage, resourcefulness, excellence, commitment, love, and open-mindedness and optimism. If you would like to see more videos like this one, remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss a video. It would also help me out if you could tick the like, so that encourage me to do more videos. And I'm going to get into more depth about your personal core values and how it can actually help you to transform your life and achieve all the major goals that you want to achieve. Bye for now, and thank you so much for watching this video.